especially as artists and people in entertainment. I think it sometimes can feel scary to speak up about anything that may not be the norm or the popular thing to speak about. I never care if something is popular. I care about what rings true to me, to people who are going through hard times right now in Nigeria. I hope that when they see this being done, that it makes them feel heard, you know, that it makes them feel like, okay, someone cares, yeah.
Oh yeah, somebody cares, all right. And we got some huge news. Huge news. But before we get into that, I do want to say Merry Christmas. I hope Christmas was amazing for you all. I do apologize for the lack of uploads yesterday. Obviously, Christmas Day was pretty wild. A lot of things going on. So, yeah, didn't really have any shorts to drop yesterday. Actually, did I drop any shorts? I don't think that I did. Yeah, I don't think that I did. It was just a couple of videos that I had previously recorded. But anyway, Merry Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. But, yeah, man, Trump is not one to play around. And I came across this, this photo that I found absolutely hilarious. As you guys can see on your screen there, you see Barack Obama. Hey, let's negotiate. I will blow SHIT up. Biden, let's negotiate. I will blow SHIT up. Trump, hey, I will blow some up. The guy is like, the terrorist is like, all right, let's negotiate. Let's negotiate. And that is 100% on point because, yeah, something huge happened on Christmas Day. Not just the birth of Jesus Christ, but also this right here. Check it out.
Breaking moments ago, President Trump announcing a powerful strike against the Islamic State in Nigeria. Let's go back to Madison Scarpino live in West Palm Beach with the breaking details. Madison?
Yeah, Mike, President Trump says that strike was deadly, and he says it's because they've been targeting and viciously killing primarily Christians. Now, he just made the announcement on Truth Social saying in part, quote, I have previously warned these terrorists that if they did not stop the slaughtering of Christians, there would be hell to pay. And tonight there was. The Department of War executed numerous perfect strikes, as only the United States is capable of doing. Under my leadership, our country will not allow radical Islamic terrorism to prosper. May God bless our military, and Merry Christmas to all, including the dead terrorists, of which there will be many more if their slaughter of Christians continues. Now, Mike, as many of our viewers know, this is an issue in Africa that has caught the president's attention for a bit now. He's previously lashed out on the country's government for having done nothing to stop the killing. His administration has even met with the Nigerian officials to discuss the issue, even threatening to cut off aid to the country. So some major breaking news on this Christmas night. We are expecting a lot of reaction from Congress, and we're following it all. Mike?
Madison Scarpino doing a great job on the breaking news, Madison.
Wild stuff. Wild stuff. So a strike literally on Christmas Day to show these folks you are not going to be slaughtering Christians under our watch. No more. We're done with it. You were warned and you effed around and found out. You effed around and found out. Trump posted this on X, or not on X, on True Social. Tonight, at my direction as Commander-in-Chief, the United States launched a powerful and deadly strike against ISIS terrorist scum in northwest Nigeria, who have been targeting and viciously killing primarily innocent Christians at levels not seen for many years and even centuries. I have previously warned these terrorists that if they did not stop the slaughtering of Christians, there would be hell to pay, and tonight there was. The Department of War executed numerous perfect strikes, as only the United States is capable of doing. Under my leadership, our country will not allow radical Islamic terrorism to prosper. May God bless our military. Merry Christmas to all, including the dead terrorists, of which there will be many more if their slaughter of Christians continues. You know, when will people learn? When Uncle Trump says something, he means it. Like, I don't know what it's going to take for that to get through people's heads. When Uncle Trump says something, he means it. He's not one of these types of people that's just lip bumping, giving you some lip service. If he says it, he means it. He means what he says, and he says what he means. If he sends you a warning like, yo, you better stop, you're going to have hell to pay, you better believe him. You better believe him. Okay? Like, my goodness. I go back to the story when he showed the leader of, what was it, the leader of ISIS? The picture of his home, right? And then he walked out. Talk about being a boss. Like, could you imagine, being a terrorist in another country, right? You're going after the United States. The president of the United States comes over, right? Visits you, sits down with you. You guys have a little conversation. You chop it up. And at the end of it, he's like, you better not touch a hair on an American's head. And you think, yeah, whatever. If I want to, I will. You don't know where I live. My house is hidden. And then he hands you a picture. And you turn over that picture, and it's a picture of what you thought was your home that was hidden. And so you look at him and you ask, why do you show me a picture of my home? And he turns to you and he says, well, maybe one day you'll find out. The chills that would go down my spine. Boy. To think like, bro, yeah, I'm hidden. Nobody can find where I live. I don't even allow my ISIS companion guys, soldiers to come to where I live. Like, there's only one other person that knows that this is where I'm staying at. And now this guy is handing me a picture of my house. And when I asked him why he did it, he said, maybe one day you'll find out. Oh yeah. We up out of here. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no issues. Here's a clip of one of the rockets that was fired onto these terrorists. Incredible stuff right there. Incredible stuff. That was one of the rockets that took out some of these terrorists that were going after these Christians. Now, the interesting thing about this entire story is that in order to make sure that there wasn't, any type of war or anything started, although it's not like we would be worried about going to war with Nigeria. They'd get squashed like a bug. But, just to be on the up and up, Trump was actually communicating with the president of Nigeria. And so the president of Nigeria kind of knew that this was about to happen. So he wasn't shocked when these guys were blown to bits.
Jessica, it was around 6 o'clock Eastern time tonight, about an hour ago, that President Trump announced that the U.S. had launched strikes inside of Nigeria, targeting and killing elements of ISIS in the northwestern part of the country. We don't know how many people were injured, how many were killed in this American strike. What we do know is President Trump says the reason the strike was launched is because he says Christians within Nigeria, as you mentioned, have been targeted. Not just over the last year, but really over the last several years. He broke this news on Truth Social with a pretty lengthy post. I'm going to just read to you the back half of that post. He says, quote, I previously warned these terrorists that if they do not stop the slaughtering of Christians, there would be hell to pay, and tonight there was. The Department of War executed numerous perfect strikes. Merry Christmas to all, including the dead terrorists, of which there will be many more if their slaughter of Christians continues. We also saw the secretary, Pete Hegseth, say, quote, that the president was clear last month. The killing of innocent Christians in Nigeria and elsewhere must end. He says the Department of War is always ready. So ISIS found out tonight on Christmas. More to come, and grateful for Nigerian government support and cooperation. We know, because we've confirmed with a Pentagon official, that the Nigerian government was working with the United States. There was approval, and they worked in conjunction on these strikes.
Now, that's an important tidbit of the story of this whole thing, because, of course, you can guarantee it, Mark my words, liberals are going to come out here and going to say, oh my goodness, now Trump's going to start a war with Nigeria. He's bombing, sending bombs in Nigeria, or dropping bombs in Nigeria, blah, 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 blah. And they're going to skip over the fact that this was a coordinated attack with the president of Nigeria. This was coordinated. The president of Nigeria okayed this strike. But I guarantee you these liberals, right, these Democrat propagandists are going to completely skip over that while they're spewing their propaganda. Oh, Trump's going to start a war with Nigeria. Oh, you know, the thing that they always do. Doom and gloom. It's always the worst thing ever. Oh, my goodness. Trump's starting World War III. They might even start bringing that up again, you know. Anyway, let's continue.
So that is an important caveat to this story here. Just some background. In Nigeria over the last year, sectarian violence has continued to be a major problem. Tens of thousands of Nigerians have been either kidnapped or killed, both Christians and Muslims, targeted and killed by terrorist organizations like ISIS and like Boko Haram. In fact, human rights NGO International Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law says that this year alone, there were about 7,000 Christians that have been killed. Again, this has been ongoing essentially since 2009, when Boko Haram really established a foothold in Nigeria, Jessica. So we are...
Since 2009, Christians have been getting slaughtered in that country. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Disgusting. Since 2009. You know, my question is, where was the Biden administration on all of this? Anybody know? Anybody know? We can send money all over the place, but nothing? You know, nothing? I don't know, man.
I think it goes without saying that a lot of people on the left hate Donald Trump. But most of that hatred is about his words, not his actions. And I didn't vote for him because he's polite. I voted for him because of what he does. When President Trump ordered strikes against ISIS militants in Nigeria who were slaughtering Christians, that wasn't politics, that was justice. Scripture says government exists to restrain evil and protect innocent life, and that doesn't stop at our borders. Whether it's defending unborn children, securing the border, or stopping the mass murder of Christians overseas, these actions are biblically sound in purpose. So you can hate the tone if you want, but protecting life matters more than political manners. I'm Arch Kennedy, bold, unfiltered.
Shout out to Arch Kennedy, 100%. I love that. I love that. Right on point. We are not playing any games anymore with these folks. If we tell you, you better stop, you better stop. Because Trump means it. He's not playing any games. None whatsoever. And you know, that's one of the things, one of the many things that I like about Uncle Trump. He's not somebody that's just out here lip bumping, giving us a bunch of lip service. He says what he means and he means what he says. He's not like John Thune, right? Who comes out here and makes it sound and seem as if this is such a successful Senate right now. It's not. But he'll get up in front of a mic and make it sound like a bunch of great things are going on, John Thune will. South Dakota, I'm going to need y'all to stand up and vote that mother lover out, and I'm going to keep saying it until it happens. So sick of John Thune. Mike Johnson ain't the greatest, but he's damn sure better than John Thune. And with John Thune, Mike Johnson looks like... he looks like Uncle Trump, right? You know what I mean? He looks like he's doing a phenomenal job, even though Mike Johnson isn't the greatest either, right? He's far, far, far better than John Thune. But yeah, John Thune has to go, man. We gotta vote him out. We gotta vote him out, South Dakota. Please. Please. I will get on my knees and beg you. Like, I'm not even kidding. I will beg you to vote John Thune out. Please. Please. Oh my goodness. Anyway, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. How do you feel about this strike? Are you in agreement? Are you disagreeing? Why or why not? Let me know. Merry Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.